So allow me to introduce myself professionally and then personally, and then send out an invitation to you all to get your introductions underway. As I mentioned, my name is Elizabeth Sink, and I am your instructor throughout this course. My home is in the Communication Studies department. I got my master's degree in Communication Studies from Colorado State University in 2004, and I've been teaching there ever since. These are a vast array of the classes that I teach in Communication Studies. And I'm also fortunate to get to teach for another department on campus that you may or may not have heard about called Key Communities. They're living learning communities for first and second year students. And I bet you'll see by looking over those classes that an area of passion of mine is getting people together in the same room who believe very differently from one another, and teaching and practicing how to have healthy conversation across lines of difference. More personally, here's some facts about me. I've had lots of different hairstyles over the course of my life. I've always been interested how people express their identity through their physical selves, especially women. And I highly advise, if you ever get the chance, to shave your head at least once in your life, just to experience how much identity you may or may not have wrapped up in your hair. I love to backpack, and for our honeymoon, my partner and I hiked the entire Appalachian Trail over on the east coast of the United States. It starts down in Georgia and goes through 13 states, over 2,000 miles up to Maine. And it was a very wonderful experience. And it's one of the things that drew me to Colorado because of all the great backpacking here. A few years ago, I had the awesome opportunity to give a TED Talk here at CSU. The title of it was an invitation to interfaith cooperation, and dealt with a lot of my passion and scholarship in the area of communicating effectively and positively across lines of belief. Please watch it if you're interested. This is my partner, Doug Sink, and he's a sculptor by trade, and he also is the curator for the galleries in the Laurie Student Center. Perhaps you've seen him around there. We have two kiddos together. This is Finnegan and Tessa. Finnegan is going to be in 5th grade and Tessa in 8th grade next year. And we also own Urban Chickens, and we love waking up to fresh eggs and wandering chickens around our yard, even though we live in the middle of Fort Collins. Our family has a lot of fun together, and we vowed a long time ago never to take the traditional family picture, so we take themed pictures like this in most years. This is one of my favorites. We switched heads with one another. And my grandma still doesn't quite understand what's going on in this picture, but it makes for a good laugh. Recently, I was a professor on the spring 2020 voyage of Semester at Sea, which I'm sure you can guess ended very early. On the top here is the itinerary that we intended to do, to have 11 stops in 9 different countries all over the world. And then the coronavirus hit, and we got to 4 of those stops. Pretty amazing experience, very different experience than we planned, but also terribly disappointing at the same time. And I'm happy to be healthy and safe back at home.